All right, so talking about self-love, this self-love that turns into selfishness with modern women. And I profiled Diane Carroll, who shared the fact that it took her to be an old woman and failing at 4 marriages before recognizing the reason she was alone is because she's difficult.
Because who?
Because she was difficult.
Difficult. Okay.
Difficult.
All right.
And I juxtaposed that with Eartha Kitt, Catwoman,
Mm-hmm.
sitting in a garden being interviewed, asking about could she compromise with the man, and she cackled loudly and laughed like a mad woman with this glazed look in her eye. And I'm like, well, if these two women were some of the best that ever did it, what can you learn? So my theory, my supposition is self-love turns into selfishness, or turns into alone. What do you think?
Greetings, fellow humans. Appreciate you for tuning in today. You know, it's a thin line between self-care and selfishness. And if you do not understand the line, you'll be caught in between. Now, the self-care is a multi-million-dollar industry, okay? And there are people who stop at nothing to keep promoting this garbage. So, let's talk about this thing about self-care. What actually is self-care? Is it you taking care of yourself? Yes. To what degree? Well, the physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional part. Okay? That is doing the work on yourself to a certain degree. Are you ever going to be perfect? Absolutely not. You are never going to be perfect until the day you die. Okay? Now let's get that out of the way. Does self-care attract other people to you? Absolutely. Other people who are working towards themselves with the same energy as you are going to be attracted to you for that. Now here's the dark side of self-care nobody talks about, okay? At the slightest inconvenience by which someone treats you, you want to completely stay away from those people. You feel, oh, they are bad for you. They are not what you deserve, or they are not living up to a certain standard that you have placed for yourself to be treated. Now, is anyone perfect? Absolutely not. Nobody's perfect. We're all human beings. We all have our flaws. And when you're dealing with another human being, you do not expect of them to treat you exactly how you expect to be treated. They are human beings who have lived different lives and have their own experiences which are way different from yours. There is bound to be a collision at some point. Now, what I've grown to understand with this generation is when something is broken, or maybe there's an issue in a way, they just live it. They don't even struggle to fix anything. Oh, it's not made for me. If it was made for me, it wouldn't be this difficult. It wouldn't be. And you wonder why you're alone for so long. Self-care is important. Yes, let's get that out of the way. But when all you think about is self, it's no longer self-care. You're just selfish. You don't consider other people. All you think about is yourself. All you think about is what people can do for you. And you have little time to think of what you can do for others. Now, when you walk with this kind of mindset, are you going to have a partner for a long time that's going to stick around? Absolutely not. You're not. Relationships are transactional. You have to give. You have to give at some point. You can't keep taking. At the end of the day, the person who's giving to you is not going to have anything left to give. I am sick and tired of this self-care bullcrap. It's absolutely garbage. It's absolutely garbage. You do not teach people how to love you, okay? You don't teach your dog how to love you, but your dog loves you anyway, right? At most, you can only teach your dog how to act or behave, but you can't teach your dog how to love you. It comes with the dog being the dog, all right? Now, the same thing applies to people coming into your life to love you or to care for you. You don't teach people how to love and care for you. They either know how to love and care for you, or they do not know it. Are boundaries important? Absolutely. You have to set boundaries in a relationship, but that does not necessarily translate to someone automatically knowing how to love you and how to treat you in a relationship. At most, you can only teach people how to treat you, but you cannot teach them how to love you.
I want to talk about the me generation. One of the things that is so frustrating with women today, men are so frustrated with the fact that you're all special. No one can say anything. It always depends. There's no box. Women don't want to be categorized. You can't speak for one of the biggest things I hear from my female critics and detractors is you lump all women into this or that. I got news for you. You are all this or that. You fit in a box somewhere. And it is time out for women over 40 in particular to stop thinking you're all special snowflakes. You are more alike than you are different.
The thing with the self-care thing is you can be selfish to a point that it blinds you to your own flaws. It blinds you to the point where you do not see yourself as the problem. You only see people for what they cannot do for you. And some women come to this realization when it is already too late. Most failed relationships is not due to the lack of effort, it's due to the lack of appreciation for your partner. If you cannot compromise for the person you claim to love or are in a relationship with, then I do not think you love that person. Love comes with compromising to a certain degree, and if you set your standards so high that you can't even compromise for the person you love, then that begs the question, do you really love them, or are you that selfish? So that's my take on that. You can leave your opinions in the comment section below. Let me know what you think.